Sounds like a trap fit for a bear.
Is this the best restaurant with a view?
Princess Bear here, and we're back at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort because it's time to return to the rooftop.
Toledo.
Yes, they have new things. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Let's go sit on the roof and watch the sunrise. Sunset? Sunset.
Tomate here, our friend from, I almost said Jaleo. Yes, they have pan con tomate and Jaleo as well, but Toledo is giving me Vice vibes. We were just at Vice and they gave us bruschetta with one leaf, and now we have the beautiful pan con tomate with one leaf, which I find hilarious. I think I'm going to grab an end piece here. Cheers. This dish has definitely evolved over the years. When we came in 2019, when this hotel opened, you actually got to put your own tomatoes onto your own bread and basically make your own. And then over time, they just did it for you. So I think it might be better when you got to do it yourself. That's what set it apart from Jaleo. And also the bread sets it apart from Jaleo. Theirs is a little bit flatter. This one's nice. This is more like a bruschetta. I would give it a 4 out of 5 pan con lattes. We always get this when it's here, and we get it when it's available at 3 prices. It's just like really good comfort bread food.
Pan con tomate. If I can tell you one thing, and nobody ever listens to me here, you probably shouldn't listen to me either. Don't ever order this. Because if you order this, you won't stop ordering it. You will order this every single time you come here. We debated tonight, we'll just get entrees. We'll get the new stuff. But then pan con tomate is on the menu. Nobody convinced us, somebody told us. It's just, it's addicting. It's so simple, but the addition of that tomato with the garlic and the house-made bread, literally perfection. Every single time we come here, it's a must. 5 out of 5 claws. Friends of ours, you're coming here, you're not getting this, you're doing yourself disservice. And by friends of ours, I mean every single one of you watching right now. So here we have one of their new dishes, the basically a shrimp butter dish served with bread. They love serving with bread here. They've had something here similar that was with shellfish in the past. This one's new. You know what sucker I am for the word new. We're basically just going to take some of this shrimp and this butter sauce. We're going to put it here on a little bit of this bread and somehow not drop it while eating it and making it look like I actually know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. The garlic butter on the shrimp, perfect. The sauce is supposed to be spicy. I was warned it would be spicy. I'm getting no spice. There's actual peppers in here as well. But I got none of that in the actual tasting. Let's try dipping the bread in there.
Grab that pepper.
The princess wants me to actually get this pepper. Just eat that way. I already feel like this is a mistake. Pepper is spicy. I got 3 out of 10 on the spice scale. It's there. But it's not really given. If you're a spice head, you'll probably taste nothing. The bread is basically the same bread you get on the pan con tomate. Oh, wait, there it goes. Let's increase that to a 5. Definitely slow creep in the back of the throat. That's eating the pepper directly, mind you. The bread is the same as the pan con tomate, just more toasted. I think I prefer the softer bread a little bit more because it's a big crunch and a mess biting into it with the shrimp. It's a good dish. If you like seafood, and you should come into seafood tapas and whatnot for Toledo, it's worth getting. Just be warned that if you don't like super fishy smells, all you get in here is the ocean. 4.25 out of 5 claws. On tonight's episode of Letting the Foodie Thoughts Win, we have the pan con tomate, garlic, crushed tomato, and I have an extra piece of sea roach. I'm going to lay that on there like a nice little bed. Like a sleeping bag for shrimp. An extra bit of garlic. You're already getting the garlic tomato on the pan con tomate. It's almost enough to keep the vampires at bay. But the shrimp goes wonderfully on top. That should be an option. Get that with shrimp. I suppose they do have shrimp enhancements on most things here. I wouldn't could order shrimp on the side if you wanted to. I like that. 4.5 out of 5.
I got a beautiful vegan wine. I do believe I've had this one in a red version before, this specific winery. Cheers. It's a very bright, dry rosé, and I'm really into it. It's just super dry and not what you expect, but not too sweet, just balanced, very light body. I would give it a 3.75 out of 5 wines. It's tasty.
You can't have a view and not something fancy to have with the view. So in this case, it's going to be with rosé-ish. Smells good. Ooh. I was expecting it to be a bit more punchy sweet, but it being on the drier side, like semi-sweet, a little crisp in the front, very fruit forward, but doesn't have that acidity that like burns your throat. None of that. Which is good. I like it. 4 out of 5 plus. Here we have the Oaxaca Old Fashioned from tequila made specifically in Oaxaca, Mexico. This is a new drink with their new menu. It's not on the menu yet though, but it's tequila-based Old Fashioned. Sounds like a trap fit for a bear. Ooh, that whiff, all I get is to kill you. Not tequila, to kill you. Ooh, that's actually quite good. It's an extremely smooth tequila. It actually doesn't have the bite I would normally get from an old-fashioned, say like a really strong bourbon. And the smokiness. I think I just drank Mexican fire and I'm in love with it. 4.5 out of 5 claws. Ooh, I don't know. In the halls of the old fashions, most of them are bourbon based. This one, it's high up there. Maybe in top 3?
So here we have our favorite side of Brussels sprouts. They're nice and lightly cooked, not as hard as they usually are. Cheers. Definitely on the crunchier side, just not fully cooked or charred the way that they usually are. I think Bear makes better Brussels sprouts than this, but you know, the silly Brussels sprouts are gone, so they have to live on here at Toledo. I would give the Brussies a 2.5 out of 5 Brussies. Not my favorite at Toledo that we've had in the 6 reviews that we've done here.
I'd like to call myself a purveyor of the Brussels sprouts. We eat them a lot. We cook them a lot. We get to hear Disney a lot. My favorite ones still happen to be with Cillier. Let's see how these rank. I wish I discovered Brussels sprouts as a child. As a child, I would only eat vegetables like trees, cauliflower, broccoli, the occasional carrot. Brussels sprouts look like a bush, but I think I still would have eaten them, and they were cooked like this. I might have had a easier time getting me to eat my veggies. You're never going to feed me a medley as a child. I still have a war against peas, never a war against these. 4.25 out of 5 plus.
Gigante beans. Now last time I ordered these, all of them were split and they were kind of mushy and I didn't like them as much. And this time my main had Gigante, so I was hesitant on ordering them, but I'm glad that I did because the Gigante on my main is not seasoned. And these ones are seasoned in a beautiful tomato broth. So I'm just gonna go and get me some of these. I literally dream about these all the time. This is stuff that dreams are made of. It's like pure goodness, beans. It almost tastes like you're eating like spaghetti or something. It's just so good. Beautifully seasoned. The beans melt in your mouth. Definitely better than the last time that we came here, which was last month. I would give this a 4 out of 5 Gigante beans.
Nice big Gigante beans because they're gigantic. Oh man, how many times I'm going to tell that joke before it gets old? It's probably older the first time, but I can't think of any other joke to say with Gigante, so it's going to be gigantic until the end of time.
Gigante!
Much better cooked. Sauce, perfect. Melt in your mouth sort of Gigante beans. Like a landslide of flavor that I like. 4.5 out of 5.
I feel like this is the biggest serving vessel I've ever received at Toledo, and also I feel like this is a combination of the original, it was like a vegan seafood dish that they had here back in 2019 that was fire. It was made out of oyster mushrooms. They're back here on the plate. We have some cauliflower in here. Now that's reminding me of the cauliflower steak that replaced our beautiful mushroom dish. And now we have Gigante beans and all the things. So it's like basically a full representation of Toledo and the history of the plant-based dishes in one dish. I totally appreciate that. I appreciate the art of it. And so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get some of this mushroom with some of this veggie. There's like a puree down here. I don't know if you can see that over here. I'm gonna grab some of this puree with this veggie that I cut it over here. I'm gonna cut it here. Maybe not. A Gigante bean. And this knife is really sharp, so I'm gonna cut some of this cauliflower too. Got a little purple cauliflower right here. I'll cut a little piece of that. And then I'm gonna spread it in this sauce. If I can get it all together. All right. Cheers. I commit to my mistakes. I do not like the consistency of the mushroom at all. It doesn't give me the same vibe as the seafood dish that I got here back in 2019. It does remind me more of the seafood dish that I got at Yachtsman. That's terrible. I like the extras. I just am not a fan of the mushroom. It's not a good texture for me. I'm gonna give this dish a 2.5 out of 5 dishes. Like the last time we came here, I just got a salad and sides, and I think that is still the way to go when you come to Toledo. You can actually add a protein. Our friends Brandon and Sarah at gluten-free and dairy-free at Walt Disney World did order this dish with shrimp and said it was amazing. I trust that. I think it is missing something. The mushroom is not a good start. It definitely needs something more, maybe some tofu, maybe some, I don't know, something. It's just not it for me. Right before I was about to give this dish to Bear, I found this, and I feel like it's tofu. I just said it needed tofu or something, so I'm gonna cut this, and I just want to try it. No, this is definitely not tofu, but I want to add this to the option. Potato. Now that is fire. I love that. I don't change my rating on the dish, but I love that. I love that each bite is a little exploration. I see some asparagus in here. I see some tomatoes. So you definitely have a plethora of veggies to explore with a little sauce on the bottom. It's just not as exciting as some of the dishes we've had here in the past. I still think the seafood dish from the original menu was probably the best plant-based option they've had to date.
This dish feels like it's running the gauntlet in somebody's garden. Especially the gauntlet of the garden that existed in this restaurant since its opening back in 2019, because I see pieces of a lot of different things that we've had before sort of combined into this new plant-based dish. It's feeling like a plant-based Megazord, like a Voltron of plants. It makes no sense where I'm gonna run with that. We're gonna get the things. Get the croquette. We're gonna get some eggplant shrooms, Gigante beans. They're really gigantic. Some sauces. Get that. We get some of that puree. I feel like I'm chasing a lot of things around this plate. And I understand like the plating. The plating is beautiful. but in function, more on the hunt for plants. Texture-wise, there's a lot of different gradients going on in there. From the sauces to the like griddle on the slices on the mushroom, the petit croquette. Like it's a lot like slimy to tough to smooth to it's a little off-putting. The flavor is fine. It's something fantastic. I've definitely had like more interesting plant-based plates here before. I think it's an improvement over the last plant-based plate. I don't think it's enough of an improvement to feel like something unique. It really just feels like they threw the kitchen sink at a plate. 3.25 out of 5 stars. I had hope. Return to the fish. The sustainable fish, that is. I've had sustainable fish here before. I think the last time was last fall. It was swordfish at the time. I'm like a cauliflower puree. This time it's salmon on an asparagus puree. This is a nice, bright green sauce. A little other sauce here. And a little greens up here. Charred onion. And then more asparagus. I like salmon. The amount of sauce worries me because are you trying to hide something here? That's a lot of sauce for a little fish. But it's nice and flaky, falls right apart. I didn't even need this incredibly too sharp knife. Let's try both sauces. It's a pretty little fish. Initially, I'm not on board. It's giving me the same sort of vibes that the pea puree on the scallops I had here last time did, where it's just like, it's not working with the seafood. Like, I get it. Like it's a more mild vegetable, you have the rich fish, but it's something sitting right with me. But, let's try some more of this all in. We're gonna go with a little bit of this charred onion here on the backside. Do a little cut of asparagus. A little of this cut. You almost need a knife more for the asparagus than you do the fish. Take that as you will. Then we're gonna load up some fish and some more sauce. Maybe that will change the flavor. The asparagus itself does add a little bit, but it's like asparagus on the blood of asparagus with fish. They exist. I just don't know if they should exist together. Like, yeah, the bread is fine on its own. The fish is fine on its own. I just don't know if I love them as a couple. I don't ship them. Okay? I thought this is a reality TV show. I might be trying to make alliances to break these two up. 3 out of 5 guys. That's disappointing.
This beautiful new dish is brought to you by Brandon and Sarah at Gluten-Free, Dairy-Free Walt Disney World. They are the reasons why we are here today. They showed us this. They convinced us to come because of this. This actually reminds me very much of the panna cotta that we had when we came here on Thanksgiving Day to enjoy like a sweet potato panna cotta in the same shape as this. I'm so excited with the banana. I don't even know where to start. I think I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab some of this. Oh, good Lord. It looks so beautiful. With this, oh, as it melts in my spoon. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Cheers. Wow. 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 That is like a crunch bar meets a Butterfinger with macadamia nut. That is incredible. Oh my god. Yeah, so the avocado mousse used to be my favorite dessert at all of Walt Disney World. And I loved the sweet potato panna cotta when I was here for Thanksgiving. I think this is one of my new favorite desserts at Walt Disney World. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a Princess Cities item. Thank you, Sarah and Brandon, for pushing us to come here because I don't know what I would have done if I had not had this. This is incredible.
There are an awful lot of things going on this tart. This is definitely what I would call just a shareable dessert because it's big. Chocolate, candied banana, coconut dessert, and then candied macadamia nuts. There's some layers here. Deconstructed layers, but layers nonetheless. We're gonna load up this whole mystery machine here. We're gonna have it's a Scooby snack. Sometimes the princess bites into things. I'm sure the same thing when I do it. I feel like there's some hyperbole in there, some exaggeration. It's just a dessert, some chocolate, some macadamia nuts, coconut, cream, and chocolate on the plate. It tastes like a deconstructed candy bar of like the highest level, and I'm absolutely in love with it. The macadamia nuts, the banana, top tier. The chocolate and the coconut cream, and like we got one for like a coconut, like mousse coconut sorbet. Normally that coconut's too much. Perfect, balanced, like a teeter-totter. But like we're just staring in each other's eyes, dreaming about this dessert. It's a 5 out of 5 clause. Sarah and Brandon, you hurt my wallet. Well, it's good food. Just saying.
This is the first time I've had something like super coconut based where I really wanted to like lick the plate. So fire, so good. Inspired by the chef that made that amazing panna cotta from Thanksgiving that's no longer here. I'm here for it. Bear and I we would have actually had our own individual versions of this. Thank you, Sarah and Brandon, and everybody on Instagram that answered our call that pushed us to come here. Appreciate you. You are the magic.
We chilled on the rooftop with a view and good food. And the question is, how do you break that down to the best dinner with a view? Is it the best dinner and a view, or the best view and a good dinner?
I would have to say, as a plant-based person, if I'm going to enjoy dinner with a view, I'm going to enjoy food at Toledo way more than I'm going to enjoy food at Topolino's.
Ooh. Well, see, when you start entering in the rooftop views, like where do we stop? Does that include California Grill?
It does include California Grill.
Okay.
Yes.
Does that include Shiki Sai? No? It's second level or is that a roof?
That's not a roof.
No?
I don't know if I would include Shiki Sai. I don't really think there's a lot of rooftop. Maybe the new Polynesian DVC building will have a rooftop restaurant. I think maybe at this juncture, it's probably like Amare,
Because
Toledo,
very few of them are rooftop and they're like top floor.
Topolino's, California Grill, maybe Citricos if we're gonna go there.
I mean, it's kind of in the
I mean, if you want to get technical, then we've got Ohana
top floor restaurants.
and I don't know.
I think what you give up in the view versus, say, Topolino's, you gain the food here. The food here is much better.
I think the view and the food is better at Toledo than Topolino's. I would even go so far to say that it is better than California Grill for a vegan.
Those are harsh words, but I don't know what you guys think. As always, in the comments below. Is there anything else you'd like to see us do? Of course, that will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And comment about our food and drinks. But I'm telling you, that dessert that we had today was better than anything we've ever had at California Grill. And California Grill, you're just Oldifornia Grill.
You heard the girl.